one for us. With the game on the line, he will. 44 yards, Bass. No, he doesn't make it. Wide right. Wow. The two most dreaded words in Buffalo. Yeah, they're all heartbroken here in Buffalo. There are tears all over the...
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy.
I want to take that picture, crush it up into a fine powder, and snort it. Give me that mafia misery straight to the capillaries. Welcome back to Finned Up. I am your host, Brian Mochek. This is my dog, Sir Reginald Puppersworth, more commonly known as Reggie. We had a great divisional round, mainly because the Bills lost in heartbreaking fashion, which we over here at Finned Up just absolutely love to see. We have 4 teams left going into championship weekend, and I am here to tell you which ones I think are best while making silly jokes along the way. Let's get into it. Julie, do the thing!
There's the dunk and the shoulder right there. Damon Shelton got Finned Up.
Number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Win with this one. Fake.
I just want it on the record. I could have very easily made some jokes about this, but I'm not going to poke fun at a man who literally died on the field the same way Buffalo's chances of winning a Super Bowl did. We got another thrilling playoff matchup between Josh Allen and his father, Patrick Mahomes, in this divisional round game. But the true American hero is Andy Reid, whose offensive game plan bested the defensive game plan of noted terrorist Sean McDermott. I haven't seen an offensive strike executed this perfectly against terrorists since SEAL Team 6 took down Osama bin Laden.
I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers.
The game between the Bills and Chiefs was definitely the best one of the weekend. Josh Allen was doing Josh Allen things that made me sick, and the Chiefs were able to put up points because for the first time all season, their wide receivers actually caught the ball. Marquez Valdez-Scantling catching this ball for Patrick Mahomes down the sideline is like when you send a "you up" text at 2:30 in the morning and she actually responds back and tells you she's coming over. It makes no sense why it works, but you don't question it, you just enjoy it. Of all the great things the Chiefs players and coaches did though, the true MVP of the game is Jason Kelce, who made all the camera shots up to his brother's box about him being shirtless and pounding beers and not about Taylor Swift. Thank you for your service, Jason Kelce. The Bills did have a chance, though, at the end of the game to make a field goal and send it to overtime, but their kicker, Tyler Bass, channeled his inner Scott Norwood and kicked it wide right. And the Bills lost this game the exact same way that they lost the first of their 4 straight Super Bowls. Now, personally, what I don't think is talked about enough is, like, even if he made this field goal, there was no way Buffalo was winning this game. There was plenty of time left on the clock for Mahomes, and, you know, he did beat them 3 years ago with 13 seconds left on the clock. It was very likely he was going to get the team in field goal range to kick their own game winner. And even if he didn't and it went to overtime, it's not like Josh Allen and the Bills have a stellar record winning overtime games or anything like that. Oh, Brian, you get so much happiness off of Buffalo losing and their pain and misery. Why are you like this?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Number 3, the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions took on Baker Mayfield and his band of scallywags from the Bay of Tampa as they looked to make their first NFC championship since the Bush administration. And no, I'm not talking about W, I'm talking about his father, who W gave a lifetime of disappointment to, much like the Detroit Lions did to all of their fans. The game started off as a bit of a defensive slugfest as both teams traded punts and field goals, but then in the last 20 minutes of the game, we got 34 points. Sometimes a football game is like a good fart where you don't quite get hit by it right away, but then you get it a little bit later and you just gotta breathe it all in. After trading 3 touchdowns like Ali and Frazier traded haymakers, Detroit's defense got a 3 and out and the offense got the ball on their own 11-yard line with 12 minutes left in the game. And you know what they said to America?
Now watch this drive.
The Detroit Lions marched down the field on a 10-play, 89-yard drive that culminated in a 9-yard touchdown reception by Amon St. Brown, shaving 6 minutes off the clock, extending their lead to 14 points, and effectively sealing the game. After the win, Lions fans were ecstatic, and they are going to their first NFC Championship game since 1991. Just like W did with a $17.4 billion bailout for GM and Chrysler in 2008, the Detroit Lions have revitalized the city of Detroit. Number 2, the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers took on the Green Bay Packers in a wet, rainy night in Santa Clara. Both quarterbacks looked like they were affected by the weather in this one, as some of their shots were so off target that former Vice President Dick Cheney gave them tips after the game on how to get their receivers to apologize to them.
Deeply sorry for all that Vice President Cheney and his family have had to go through this past week.
You came for the football, but you stayed for the 2000s White House references. The 49ers would end up winning the game though, 24-21, after Big Cock Brock Purdy led the team down the field on a 12-play, 69-yard drive that ended in a 6-yard Christian McCaffrey touchdown. Despite having an overall rough game, Purdy went 6 for 7 for 47 yards and a 9-yard scramble on that final touchdown drive. And yet it baffles me that there are people on the internet or hot take shows that still have the audacity to say that Purdy's not that good. Like, yeah, I get it. He didn't have the best game in the world, but when he came through in clutch time to give his team the win, that's all that really matters in this one. This game should have gone to overtime, but Packers rookie kicker Anders Carlson missed a 41-yard field goal right before the 49ers' final drive. Durs have been struggling all year for the Packers, and when Packers head coach Matt LaFleur was asked about it in his post-game press conference, he said, "Every time he lines up, I just pray." First off, if your boss has to pray every time you're about to do your job, you should have been fired a long time ago. Second, anybody with the name Anders should be nowhere near a football field. He should be smoking weed all day and working at a telemarketing company with his friends, Adam and Blake. Now, let's get a live look at Matt LaFleur after Anders Carlson's most recent field goal attempt.
Oh my God, I almost died. I almost died. That was so scary.
Number 1, the Baltimore Ravens. Stroud boys tried to continue their assault on the Super Bowl, but unfortunately those stupid libs from the Mid-Atlantic had to put an end to all their fun. Leader of the flock, Lamar Jackson, silenced those who said he would shit his pants in the playoffs for at least one more week, as he torched the Stroud boys' AFC insurrection plans by going 16 for 22 for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns in the air, and he had 11 carries for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Old McDonald had a defense and made CJ Stroud run for his fucking life the entire game. Even though the Texans played valiantly and went into halftime tied 10-10, the Ravens knocked off the rust in the second half, then pecked their eyes out Hitchcock style and scored 24 unanswered points to win the game 34-10. That's this week's Power Rankings and the last Power Rankings video of 2023. I will be back next week with a championship weekend review, so make sure you tune into that when it comes out. Thank you all so much for watching and being here. If you like this video, make sure you check out some of my other ones, and I will see you next time. I love you all. Bye.